It's a season of giving.
I like making a difference because seeing a positive change in the world really makes me feel happy.
Those who reach out say they get as much as they give.
It makes me feel satisfied, honestly, knowing that I'm making a difference and that I can really help others, even though I'm just a kid.
Anyone of any age can make a difference.
The more we participate in the community and build each other up, the stronger we will be.
So now we go to work to help you make a holiday connection, because we all have the power to change lives.
I mean, it reaffirmed to me that there are some really good people in this world. There are some really, and they do things from their heart.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Margolis.
And I'm Jay Towers. We're here at Gleaners Community Food Bank. We're surrounded by volunteers who are making a difference. And what a perfect setting it is for our annual Holiday Connection program.
Yeah, there's no better time to talk about giving back than the holiday season. And that's what this show is all about, connecting people who need help with people who want to give. At this time of year, we talk a lot about giving gifts.
A Michigan family wants to say thank you and share the incredible gift that saved their child's life. Here's Fox 2's Dina Centofanti.
Do that one. Seeing him makes you smile. 3-year-old James Howard, full of life. But what you don't see under this scar is the heart of a little girl.
We can just tell that her spirit is with him.
In 2016, before James was even born, doctors knew he had a heart defect, but no one could guess how bad it would be. Before he could even go home from the hospital, his heart started failing.
James, at one point, he was so sick that we couldn't even feed him. We had to give him nutrition through an IV because to feed his stomach caused him significant problems.
This ultrasound of his tiny heart shows doctors at Children's Hospital of Michigan severe abnormalities. They know without a new heart, baby James will not survive. Quickly, they put him on the waiting list.
He gets on the list and then you just wait?
You wait. It's based on size, so body weight and blood type. And so you just wait and you hope that the organ and the donor family that you're waiting for is going to say yes.
For Mom Kylie and Dad Jimmy, the tragic thought of another family losing a child before theirs can survive is overwhelming.
You don't want to pray for these things. I was just praying for James to make it.
After more than a month comes the news. There's a donor heart. Kylie faints with relief and fear.
It was more fears because you're about to go under this 16-hour surgery and watch your son's heart come out as a new one goes in, and it's just, that's the part that was the scariest.
The surgery is a success. James stays at the transplant center at Children's Hospital for about a month, and then finally, 161 days after being born, it's time to go home for the first time.
Good morning. Yeah, I had a good night.
As the healing begins, the Howards hope to connect with the Chicago area donor family, and it turns out that family wants to know more about the little boy who now has their child's heart. Eventually, the two families meet on the shores of Lake Michigan.
James was super shy at 2.5 years old. He was really shy. He didn't really walk up to anyone. And so we're standing at the entrance of Lake Michigan, and this couple was walking up. James let go of my hand and went up and hugged her.
At the time, she's a stranger, but James shows an immediate connection to Rachel, the mom of the donor child. This gathering is filled with tears and joy. At one point, Rachel places a stethoscope on James's chest so she can once more hear her little girl's heartbeat. James has inspired incredible closeness between the two moms.
Holy cow!
At Legoland, Michigan, he is full of wide-eyed curiosity, getting stronger every day, thanks to his family, doctors, nurses, medical technology, but mostly thanks to that little girl.
We are happy for our families when we find a donor, but we pretty much at the same instant are heartbroken for the family that's made that decision.
So thank you for making those choices to donate life, to save another child and another family.
The true heroes in this story are the donors and their families.
Thank you, Dina. Yes, James is a really special kid, and he's one of my Jay's Juniors. It's a program that we started on WNIC 6 years ago.
It was created to give kids with chronic or terminal illnesses some happiness during the holidays. We load the kids and their families on a plane and take them on an all-expenses-paid vacation to Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It's one of my favorite times of year, giving these amazing kids and their families a true escape from the stress of hospitals and doctors. Kids got the surprise of their life this year at the welcome party as Andre Drummond from the Detroit Pistons posed for pictures and signed autographs.
You know, these kids always inspire with the way they handle their medical challenges.
Yeah, they really do, Jay. And I met someone recently who knows all about that. Her medical challenge is just staying alive. She's been dealing with a serious health problem her entire life, but she has an incredibly inspiring message. Emily Schaller is on the run all the time. She competes in marathons and trains almost every day. Right now, she runs about 20 miles a week. It'll be 40 miles a week as she gets closer to the Chicago Marathon in October. It's hard to believe that Emily has cystic fibrosis, a progressive genetic disease that damages the lungs and digestive system and limits the ability to breathe. She was diagnosed when she was 18 months old.
1983 at the time, the prognosis that they told my parents was that I probably wouldn't live long enough to graduate from high school. And median age of survival at that time for people with CF was early 20s.
Emily's parents decided to treat her just like any other kid. She played outside with her brothers, basketball, skateboarding, even football. Her active lifestyle kept her healthy for a while, but as she got older with CF, her lung disease got worse. She was in the hospital several times a year for weeks at a time. She felt she needed more than just medication and therapy, so she decided to start running.
I set out to run 2 miles. I'm like, I'm gonna go run 2 miles. And I sprinted out the door and made it half a block. But I stood up and I took a breath, not a deep breath because I couldn't, and I continued on like block by block, stop sign, fire hydrant by fire hydrant.
Soon she was running a mile, 2 miles, then a 5K and a 10K. Then she trained for a half marathon, and she realized something. She was feeling better.
My health, lung function improved to 74%. I was in the hospital once every 18 months rather than 2, 3, or 4 times a year. And light bulb went off and I'm like, okay, this is treatment. Running is treatment for me.
Most CF patients can't run like Emily does. For a long time, doctors didn't even encourage them to exercise. But now they know that exercise can improve patients' quality of life, and it does a lot more.
Exercise likely improves mucus clearance, which is a big benefit for patients with cystic fibrosis. There's some evidence that it can improve lung function.
This is from 2009.
Even when she's not running, Emily is still making strides against CF. She established a nonprofit called Rock CF to educate people about the disease and offer support to patients. In the last few years, she's raised about $2 million. She also donates running shoes to people with CF to encourage them to exercise. More than 600 pairs so far.
People that she's worked with and the people that she has inspired to keep going when I know that they don't want to. They're countless.
So Emily keeps running and inspiring people wherever she goes. Doctors didn't think she'd make it to high school, but she's incredibly strong and she's a survivor. And how old are you now?
37. Never healthier, never happier.
You proved them wrong.
Exactly.
New medications are coming out all the time that are extending the lives of people with cystic fibrosis, helping them live longer than ever before. Emily is looking forward to the future and the day when CF is finally cured.
You know, when we think about the holidays, we may think about families gathering around a table together.
Yeah, but a house isn't much of a home if it's empty. Nowhere to sit, no place to eat. We went along as a house was transformed for a local veteran.
Christmas comes early to this neighborhood in Detroit. As a truck pulls up on a snow-covered street, this isn't any ordinary delivery.
The days of service are one of the favorites every year at Gardner-White, and we do them throughout the year.
Gardner-White Furniture, adopting a veteran through Volunteers of America, Michigan.
It always feels good to help kind of match people who want to help with those who really need help. You know, that's one of the joys of what we get to do here at Volunteers of America, Michigan.
VOA is the state's largest private provider of services to veterans like Army veteran Larry Nance.
Even though you have people that want to help you, but inside you don't want to let anyone know what you're going through because your pride gets in the way.
Larry hit hard times, became homeless, and ended up at VOA's Detroit Veterans Housing Program.
Without them, I don't know where I would be, you know, seriously. They helped me a lot.
VOA helped Larry get back on his feet. Today, he has a job and a place to live, but something was missing.
At the end of the day, when you're homeless and living in a transitional housing facility, you can't bring a bed with you and a couch and things like that. So often when they leave, they don't have anything.
And that's where Gardner-White comes in, stepping up to turn Larry's house into a home.
You see this, just the look on someone's face when they come in and they left in an empty apartment and returned to a home, and you can just see the joy in their eyes, and that's really all the things anyone would ever need.
The team puts on the finishing touches, and rooms that were empty are now filled. From the living room, to the dining room, to the bedroom.
Yes, this is absolutely beautiful.
Each room bringing a smile to Larry's face.
Got your dining table now, so you're ready for the holidays.
Every room reveals a new surprise.
I'm not an emotional guy and all that, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all got me on this one.
His place filled not just with furniture, but with love.
I have energy today that I didn't have yesterday. And so the energy, the positive energy is just, it's real, and you can feel it.
A fresh start for Larry with an impact that will last. Because on this day, it wasn't just furniture that was delivered, it was hope.
I mean, it reaffirmed to me that there are some really good people in this world. There are some really, and they do things from their heart, and no one had to do this for me. So that just reaffirmed my belief in human beings and mankind in general.
It was so much fun to see Larry's reaction. Maybe you want to make a difference too, but you don't know where to start. Well, that's what this show is all about.
That's right, Fox 2, 100.3 WNIC, and Gardner-White Furniture are teaming up to help you make a holiday connection. All you need is one of our giving guides.
The giving guide features the needs of 100 local charities, like the American Diabetes Association. Their many programs include a camp in Fenton for kids with diabetes.
I'm so thankful for a camp like this, because any other camp, my mom probably wouldn't let me go.
Fox 2 and Gardner-White Furniture team up every year to create the Giving Guide. It's all designed to make it easy for you to make a difference.
Time is the one resource that everyone seems to not have enough of. As a new mother, I can certainly understand that, which is why we wanted to make it really, really easy to give back throughout this holiday season.
Pick up a Giving Guide at any Gardner-White, and while you're there, you can adopt a family through Volunteers of America, Michigan. Just look for the Adopt a Family trees in any of their stores.
The more we participate in the community and build each other up, the stronger we will be.
And of course, Gleaners also in the Giving Guide.
Yeah, Gleaners always welcomes volunteers. And during this program, you'll hear from some of them. We'll be right back.
Giving back made me feel good. Makes me feel like a superhero.
I like giving back to people because it's just a nice, kind thing to do.
It made me feel happy and grateful.
You know, it makes me feel happy that I can help others who are less fortunate.